and welcome to episode 2 of Green Bay's Metal Elite. We have Irv and Ryan here, myself, Zach. This is the second episode, so let's get to it.
Episode 2.
Alright.
Where should we begin? I
We got
guess
a tap tonight.
just I guess top news of the week is the music-wise, the whole Flyleaf thing. Stone Sour dropped a new album. We got
Yeah, those. The band Landmine Marathon, if you guys have ever heard of them. They also have a chick vocalist. She is not in the band anymore.
a lot of women leaving bands.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's so many great female rock bands out there.
There are.
There's
a
a
lot.
ton.
You didn't bring your chick's revolver, did you?
Oh, I do. It's still in my backpack. It's still in my backpack.
Oh,
It's like a
yeah.
whole treasure chest I have.
Oh, I
here.
just don't the Stone Sour thing's on the back of that.
Yeah, Stone Sour.
Awesome
I
album.
think I see you've already bought it, haven't you?
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
I like the CD cover. The album cover is Stone Sour.
Yeah.
What did I say was my
Cool
favorite
graphic.
song? Tired?
Tired. Yeah.
Yeah. Some good lyrics to that. Influence of a Drowsy God. I think it's that one, if not something else.
That's the last song, isn't it?
No. I want to say
Or like
it's
one
like
of the
track
last ones?
8, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But it might be that song or a different song. I can't remember the titles yet. But it's got a nice, like, piano intro and a heavy piano overtone throughout the song. It's really cool.
I would have to say my favorite is still Absolute Zero.
Absolute Zero.
Yeah. I listened to the album. It was an okay album. I'm not a huge Stone Sour fan. I really liked their previous album.
Audio Secrecy?
Yeah, that album I really liked. This album was okay. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't like overly impressed, but then again, I'm not a huge Stone Sour fan. But yeah.
That's probably my latest band craze is Stone Sour. It was Five Finger Death Punch for me about 6-8 months ago. Now Stone Sour has really just taken over and just been a band that I've listened to. Like Zach said, Absolute Zero is probably still my favorite song on the album. I've only listened to the first 6, but yeah, that song still just kicks ass every time
It's
you
a
hear
good
it.
song.
Yeah, doesn't matter how many times I've heard it so far. Because I mean, multiple radio stations are playing it. It's constantly playing in my car, and I'm just not tired of it yet.
Yeah, I was listening to it for a good 4 hours straight, and then I took a break. I'm like, maybe I'll listen to Nonpoint's album real quick.
Yeah, I really like that CD.
No, I like that CD, but I got through 3 songs. I'm like, nope, going back to Stone Sour.
Right.
Yeah. So why did Lacey from Flyleaf leave?
I don't know. She quit. I guess it had. Well, she just had a son, I believe. So she's a mother now. So
She married?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's married. So I think that had a
Well,
lot
of course,
to do with it.
if you're in a Christian rock band, you gotta be married before you have children.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I realize you're going to have probably a lot of people judging you.
That'd be a little awkward. Yeah, and I don't know, I guess she had a kid, so I guess she just kind of wanted to move on, so they picked up another vocalist already.
Did they say anything about the new vocalist?
They have her name out. I want to say her name is Kristen May or something.
Did you look it up? Did you look her up or no?
Yeah, I mean,
She's
she's... I don't know.
If she can sing anything like Lacey, that'll
Yeah,
be fine.
she's in another band, but, I mean, not anymore, I would assume.
So they really tried going for just getting another girl.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was their primary objective, not that if she could even perform well, just the fact that she was a girl. Just because I think Lacey was a big symbol for the band, being a girl.
Yeah, and she could scream.
And she could
She's
scream
a powerful
real well.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. Now, if a female lead singer leaves, how would it seem if a guy came in, or maybe vice versa, if a guy leaves and a woman comes in? Do you really think that's something? Not saying that the person coming in isn't talented. I'm sure.
Right. That's what I would say.
How would you pull off a lot of the songs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be very different.
I mean, you're fully alive, in a set list, sung by a dude. Is it going to have the same effect on you as it would hearing a female lead singer if it's not Lacey?
Lyrically, it would still be the same, depending on how the person sings it, man or woman. But just sometimes there are those high pitched screams.
I'd say, it would definitely sound way different.
But I mean, Lacey from Flyleaf, where like a guy would replace her, that might sound different, but there are bands where it's like you hear them before you see them, and you think, like that's the guy singing, but then you see it, it's like, oh fuck, that's a chick.
Yeah, right.
I kind of feel bad for saying that now.
Right, yeah. Have you ever heard of the band Cerebral Bore? You guys probably haven't heard of them. They're like grindcore, like really brutal death metal, and they have a girl lead growler screamer, and she can just go like so low, it's ridiculous. It's just like
yeah, I want to say you might have linked that to me.
okay.
And that might have been what I was trying to think of, but I just thought, that sounds like a dude.
Yeah. or like Arch Enemy. You ever hear Arch Enemy? Yeah. Like, yeah.
If I ever need an obscure metal band, I'm going to Zach.
Yeah.
You named off like 3 of them already. I've never heard of. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
who are these people?
No, like Cerebral Bore, like they're pretty. So this drummer from a band called Core of Your Nightmares. All right, I saw a picture of this guy. Like they dress up as almost black metal. They have like kind of the corpse paint, but it's like real shitty corpse paint. And like the guy who I'm talking about here is the drummer, and he was like dressed up as like a zombie clown. Like that was kind of almost his like mugshot they were putting on all the sites. And basically he got charged with child pornography. He had like sex with an underage female or whatever, and was like taking close-up pictures of the genitalia, as the site quoted it. And I guess they also said in a news report that he would like drive around town to local like food restaurants or fast food places and like take pictures of like underage girls while they were like working.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck?
There's a lot of fucking sick people out there.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned like
It's weird that he's dressed up as a clown too.
Yeah.
That even makes it creepy.
the whole underage thing, like sex with underage people. Just because today at school we were taught like having a fake scenario where it was like we were in an interrogation room or whatever, and my instructor had charged me with sexual had charged me with sex with underage minors.
So you were the creep.
I was the creep.
You were fat or ass.
And then he came to that right away do I look like I would have sex with underage teens?
That's probably racist.
That is that a stereotype? Do Mexicans have sex with underage teens a lot?
I don't know any correlation to that.
I don't think so.
I would just say maybe, possession. That's as far as I would go.
Yeah.
Not that I do, not that I have, anything on me. Saying.
We don't condone drugs
No.
and illegal activity.
Just this kind of drug.
And we're all of age here.
Yeah.
We can show you our IDs if you really want,
But then that would take me time to blur out and editing, and I don't want to do that.
Here's a fun fact. So do you guys know the band Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah, I've
You
heard
guys
that.
heard of that shitty metalcore
It's like
British band? So I read that the name of their new CD, and I quote, I wrote it down.
Oh dear.
I can just imagine.
This is beautiful. Expecting big things from them. It's called There Is a Hell. There is a hell. Believe me, I've seen it. There is a heaven. Let's keep it secret.
Wow.
Big things from Bring Me the Horizon, folks. Big things.
Who was it that was with Avenged Sevenfold that were from England, I think, right?
Asking Alexandria.
Asking
Oh, we saw them. Yeah, they were calling everybody a bunch of C-bombs and everything. I don't even want to say it. I know we can, but dropping a C-bomb on everybody.
I don't know. The UK has a different sort of swear. They're like a different swear.
Yeah, they like using the wanker and the dropping the C-bomb.
Like in Euro Trip, you guys ever seen that? When they're on
Yeah.
the bus and the guy's just like, you guys are on a whole different level of swearing.
Yeah, the guy's like just not even making sense and he swears.
Give me my keys.
Oh. Yeah, the bottle opener that I got two.
Zach likes the fancy beer.
Yeah. I got it for free. So I'll drink it.
Well, maybe we should tell everyone what we're drinking. This is a drinking podcast, too.
Okay. Well, Ryan.
I'll go. I have the classy Busch Light. It's my favorite beer. It's a good beer to shotgun. And I've got this cool thermos I got as
Very cool thermos.
my buddy that got married in Ohio a couple weeks ago gave all the groomsmen and the ushers. Keeps your beer cold for 10 hours. I mean, I don't
10
think
hours
anybody.
is
I mean,
long time.
you know, it doesn't take me 10 hours to drink a beer, but you know what I think it's for? You know those wounded soldiers at the end of the night. You know, when somebody's kind of laying there, just kind of pass out. And you wake up the next morning, your beer's not
got
flat.
a cold beer.
Wow. Yeah, that's a.
Oh, it's a great way to start the day. It's gonna be.
And then you see that you got your leg going off.
Yeah.
Like, I got a nice cold
Hold
beer.
on. Somebody get me another one. I need to keep drinking. I gotta drink till I can't feel this anymore.
Yeah.
And I got the little bit more upscale Coors Light. You know, halfway decent, still moderately cheap.
Yeah. I'm drinking, what we got here? New Glarus, whatever the fuck you want to say, blonde.
From Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin. And I also got Central Waters Oktoberfest, also from Wisconsin.
And it is October.
It is October.
From Amherst, Wisconsin.
Because Wisconsin
Pretty
beer is
cool.
beer.
Yeah.
This is true. There's Hinterland Brewery that's right across from Titletown.
Dude, when we go to Eau Claire this weekend to see Dustin, Noah, and Abby.
Shout outs.
Actually, when this goes up, we'd have already seen them. So,
Yeah, that's good.
like, what would the past be? Oh, it was good seeing
It was
you
great
guys over the
seeing you
weekend.
guys. I'm sure we'll do lots of awesome things. Did lots.
We
of
did
awesome
lots of
things.
stuff that should not be mentioned.
Anyways, though, we're driving right through, or right past Chippewa Falls, which is where the Leinenkugels factory is.
Right. Little pit
So
stop.
maybe we should leave early and go there and take a tour.
We totally should. How long do you think it would take?
Probably like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we got time.
Just make sure you get there early because we were in St. Louis last week and it was an hour and a half for a Budweiser tour.
Oh, really?
And we just said no.
Well,
we went to a bar. We went to a bar and started drinking it.
I think that might be reasonable for it being St. Louis, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I
As
mean,
opposed to Chippewa Falls.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people there. If you wanted, we didn't want to wait an hour and a half to drink. I really didn't want to.
Did you go in the arch?
We walked around it.
Was it really cool?
The tour was full, but yeah, the arch was it's
Really?
sweet. Like our hotel room, you could actually see half the arch from our hotel room window, so it was pretty cool. And I mean, walking underneath it and everything, it's pretty awesome.
I've been in there. I did the little box cart that goes all the way up to the
Did
top.
you sound like Heights? So I was kind of like, yeah, I was like, yeah. So you guys want to go up in that thing that was sold out, but you walk around like the little museum in there. Like I was a big history buff. I was a history minor in college as well, and you know, loved reading everything about Lewis and Clark on out west and stuff like that. So if you like history,
Yeah.
as well as drinking beer, St. Louis is a good place for it.
This
Yeah.
is true, yeah.
I was when I was in Vegas this past summer. You guys ever been to Vegas? There's like one of the hotels called Paris that's there. They have like a mini Eiffel Tower, and you can like go up in that and like look around. You know, you can see all the strip and everything. And yeah, dude, the Heights thing.
You can go to like all the continents in Vegas.
Yeah, I did it and all, but I mean, it's just I was a little shaky.
See, I don't have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling. Like, going up on like a ladder, I just have a fear of falling. I don't have a fear of ladders. I have a fear of falling off of ladders.
Just don't do anything stupid when you're up there.
Did you ever?
And if it's windy out, don't go up.
Yeah. You ever roofed or anything like that?
Fuck no.
Yeah. Me and Dustin and Noah roofed my parents' house like last summer or the summer before for like a week. It's a lot of hard work.
No.
It was ridiculous doing it with my dad. It was a lot of fun.
I had to like.
My dad's just like yelling at us the whole time and stuff.
I had to like chain myself to the roof and then make a platform before even going up on the roof to make sure if I slip, there's still something for me to not fall off of.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Get a bunch of packing peanuts down on the ground.
Yeah.
Too.
What a balls pit like. In
Oh yeah, like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, look, that's the first thing he thinks of. No wonder his teacher thought he was. Oh, let's get those little balls. I'm kidding, Irv. Irv is not.
That's a good one.
No, nobody thinks of that of you, Irv. Maybe your professor, but not us.
Maybe my for funny.
We know you better than that.
What else was I going to talk about? I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
Oh.
Slipknot is on hiatus. Corey Taylor announced.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Stolzauer just came with an album. He's gonna tour with that for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Because I was like the way I just read the headline. It was like Corey Taylor announces Slipknot is on a hiatus.
Well, yeah.
I'm like,
I thought they were
what?
supposed to get back together soon.
Yeah, it's like I thought they were gonna make another album.
It's like every other month. It's like, hey, we're doing shit. Now we're not doing shit.
Right.
Or
Well, I can see that being the case just because he has to very like prominent bands to manage.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bands, books. I guess he's doing something with comics too. I'm gonna try. Like, I didn't really read much into that, but he has a shit ton like on his plate for him to do.
But she's raking in that cash.
Yeah. A lot of money.
Yeah.
Marketable. You know, good for him though. I mean, at least it's a metal guy that's got some deals like that, making some money.
And he's lived through it. Like, I was reading his book. He has lived through a lot. So for
he's
him
done
to, like,
some
just,
weird shit.
Yeah,
For him to tell me.
For him to like be writing books and like just telling people like what he's been through, trying to help other people. I mean, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Halloween, I guess. This weekend, tomorrow, we'll be leaving. We'll be coming back from our Halloween weekend. So, what were you for Halloween?
Well, I don't want to try to talk in the past tense, so I'm just gonna talk. I'm thinking I'm gonna go. Well, Dustin and Noah and I. Well, at least Dustin and I. I'm pretty sure, and whoever else wants to do it, I don't care. We're gonna dress up as like black metal dudes. So we're gonna have like, corpse paint and like, I don't know, maybe I'll paint like a cross on my upside down cross on my arm or something, wear like all black, whatever. One night, and then the other night I was just like gonna go as a zombie or something. How about you?
From your shirt, Clown from Slipknot, he's got like a couple masks, but there's one that I was taking from was the bandages one.
Okay.
Just like the bandages, blood, and like the clown nose. It was so fucking hard finding a clown nose in Green Bay. I was like,
was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was
we went to a few stores one
fucking
day.
ridiculous. Wow, I said that pretty weirdly. It was pretty fucking ridiculous, but 3 stores and like they only had one clown nose. I want to toss it off camera.
Oh, man.
I couldn't catch that. That was the only fucking thing.
Packers aren't going to sign either place.
Yeah, right.
This was the only thing I could find, and it doesn't even like stay
Doesn't stay
on.
there.
Not really. And it's like hard as fuck to breathe. It's just,
It's hard to handle too.
just fucking styrofoam.
Yeah, that's pretty weak. It's just a little cup.
A little foam ball.
Pretty
Hell,
standard.
it's like basically split in half.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
fucking dumb.
Why can't it just be like a little hole in there?
Like, I wanted something smaller, but then, like, have it, like, straightened around my head. No, this was the only thing I could find. And I even, like, Google searched, and this is the only clown nose on Google.
To go to the Halloween stores around here, we only have like 3 or 4 Halloween stores in Green Bay now.
Yeah.
You would think that at least one of them would have
You
something.
would think clowns are still, like, a pretty, like, top choice costume.
Yeah, especially for people like me who hated clowns as a kid. It still
Right.
kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
I didn't hate
Especially that
clowns.
pedophile clown.
Yeah. Ugh.
I wasn't too afraid of clowns when I was younger. I was just annoyed by clowns when I was younger. It's like, oh hey, you're kind of poking that kid with balloons. That's pretty dumb.
It's freaking me out, man.
Weird. And a little bit weird.
Like, oh hey, you got a fake flower. You're gonna squirt someone in the face with some water. Yeah,
Kind of fun to do that.
that's pretty cool, man.
I wouldn't mind doing that to random people. So what you doing for both nights? Are you going as a clown for both nights?
Probably just the first night because I had that Halloween party last week,
Oh, that's right.
and it was that mask, that gauze got really hot. Like
It's gonna be real warm though.
It is
It'll be
gonna-
like a hat, wearing a hat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And we're
it's supposed to
outside.
be cool. Yeah, it'll be cool this weekend.
yeah, maybe. But if not, then I just still got the Slipknot jumpsuit that I could wear
Yeah.
as a regular jumpsuit.
Yeah. The second night we're in Eau Claire, we're actually going to see a show. It's this band called Royal Thunder. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Sounds like to be British.
Yeah, well, I don't think they are, but
No?
actually they have a girl lead singer as well. She plays
Oh,
bass.
shit, really?
Yeah,
Bass
they're
and lead vocals.
yeah.
Look at that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and their newest album, I believe, is called CVI. Was actually ranked on the top. It's like number 2, definitely in the top 5 of the best metal albums of the year so far. So Royal Thunder, check them out.
That reminds me of
Yeah.
the movie Airheads when they like premiere a band called the Sons of Thunder, and then they're out like fucking
The Sons of Thunder.
tiki like whatever dresses and They're wearing like coconut bras and shit.
The Lone Rangers.
You can't wear like alone. Shouldn't you be the Three Rangers? That's a good movie.
It is a great movie. There's not enough good metal movies out there, or hard rock movies out there.
What all is there? There's Airheads, Rockstar.
The Rocker. You ever seen that?
Is that what
Oh, with Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, you ever seen that?
Yeah, I
That's
saw
pretty
a little bit of it. I was like, if Rainn Wilson was in this, it would probably suck.
Right,
The fact that Rainn Wilson is in it,
You guys don't like Rainn Wilson?
No.
I love Rainn
don't
Wilson.
really.
If he
I
wasn't
like
in it,
him.
I thought it would suck.
Oh,
If he wasn't.
I saw that he was in it and I thought it was going to suck.
You ever seen Hot Rod?
Fuck no, I hate that.
I've seen part of it.
I own that one. That's one of my favorite movies.
I hated Severed. What's the Twisted Sister? Is that the movie? No.
That's the name of the band.
Oh, the Rock of Ages. Did anybody see that about all the
Tom
80s hair metal bands? Did anybody want to waste their time seeing that?
I mean, I love that music, but
Pretty sure that movie
Tom
flopped.
Cruise, yeah. I
and it's
don't
going to be
know.
partially a musical and everything.
Yeah,
It's like,
I hate musicals too.
really? It's like,
So you not like A Nightmare Before Christmas?
I mean, I saw
That's
it when
pretty
I was
much a
little
musical.
kid. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it in probably 12 years.
I totally just watched that last night. Fucking awesome. And then there's a Nightmare Revisited, which is like a bunch of bands doing the songs from the movie. Like there's Korn on there, Marilyn Manson, Devachka. I'm pretty sure they're from Europe, Devachka is. For metal.
sounds European.
Yeah, right? Sounds Russian, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of harder bands doing the songs from the movie and like their style. It's pretty cool.
You mentioned Manson, the Twins of Evil tour is almost over. I
I
believe
saw
that
that.
ends on Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the last show
I
was
believe the
on
last show was
Halloween?
on Halloween.
That's pretty cool.
Did we talk about that last week? The
Oh,
whole Manson,
yeah,
Rob Zombie
a little
thing?
bit, yeah.
Has anybody else heard anything if they're still cussing each other out on stage?
I haven't heard
I
nothing.
ended up watching that video. Where
Yeah, it's
it's pretty funny.
pretty great. It's pretty great
Of
stuff.
Rob Zombie.
Of Rob Zombie, yeah.
He's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, he kind of escalated to the fuck you. Like he didn't say fuck you, Marilyn Manson. He just said fuck you.
Yeah,
It
he
was-
worked up to it.
He worked up to it,
He
yeah.
built
Yeah.
the tension a little bit. It was pretty great.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, during Cooper's School's Out.
School's out. Yep.
School's out, and then an insult.
Fuck you.
And then school's out again, another insult. School's out, fuck you.
Yeah. And then he's just like, isn't that right, John 5? Or something. He like puts a mic to his mouth.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Let's see. What else is there?
Like every bar in Green Bay, like this weekend and Wednesday is having like a Halloween like costume contest, like all you can drink deal thing, which is pretty cool.
There's all you can drink tonight at Shenanigans.
Damn, having to work. I gotta work at 5 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend it's I take over.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Doing early weekend stuff. So my about 2 weeks ago, my Halloween celebrations went out the window. I was gonna go with Sub-Zero and Scorpion
Oh,
from
yeah.
Mortal Kombat with one of my roommates. Yeah, went out the window. Went out the
Are they
window.
still going as that?
No,
No?
having to be up at 4 in the morning on Sunday. Probably not a good idea to drink till 2 a.m. and then.
Or you could just power through.
Yeah, probably going to work drunk the next morning training is probably a good idea.
But yeah,
It'd
especially
be fun.
if you're actually on the radio
Yeah.
too.
Well, it's not an air shift, but
Oh, it's not.
no, I actually I have to run some live shows, so it's probably not a good idea to kind of be like,
Yeah, this is good.
yeah,
Like in Airheads when they smoke in the booth and the tape starts on fire. And what's his name just like pours beer out of the thing that's on fire.
yeah, that probably would be very good to pour beer on a soundboard. And
Yeah.
in real life, that would not actually work. In
Yeah.
real life, you can't smoke or drink in a. There used to be back in the day, you used to be able to do.
There used to be a
Drink
lot
and
of stuff
smoke.
you could do.
I've heard stories of people at work saying that they had a boss that did a line of coke before a meeting back in the 80s in radio and everything. It's
That
like,
sounds great.
it's like, man, I don't do coke, but holy shit, radio was awesome back in the 80s. Wow, those guys didn't care.
Right?
It was great. You know, now, I mean, every once in a while you could say, hey, if I ever wanted to be like, yeah, I'm cracking open a beer, you know, obviously crack open a pop, but
Yeah.
if you want to give out that sound effects and put a can by the
Right.
microphone, and
Yeah.
everybody would be like, "Oh, dude, he was drinking on the job. That's fucking awesome." Metal, yeah. I still haven't done that yet. I might have to do that soon.
Definitely.
Yeah, time for me to crack open a beer.
It's like, yeah, this shit's getting pretty boring. Start doing some drinking.
Yeah, I need to start my drinking early tonight. Got a long night ahead of us.
Right.
Everybody back home is already, started this afternoon. I'm trying to catch up to them.
Yeah, gotta get that jump start.
Right.
Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to say. A friend of mine. Okay, but do you guys know who our senators are? Yes or no? No.
God, this is pathetic. At least we know metal.
Okay, so
Fuck you, Mitt Romney.
Paul Ryan's a senator, right? Or is he I don't fucking know. I didn't grow up in this
I
state.
want to say he was the mayor of Janesville.
He's from Wisconsin.
I know he's from
Like,
Wisconsin.
I
I think he's
wanna
in Congress with Senate.
No, I want to say he was the mayor of Janesville. Because, like, Janesville's right by where I grew up. Which is kind of what the story's about. So, like, in the article I read, it said that he was a senator. So I'm not entirely sure. Although I knew before he was a representative.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Kedzie. Does that ring a bell?
No.
Fuck. Alright, well, his son, who's a friend of mine, he goes to Whitewater, which is by where I grew up. And apparently the dude was, like, my friend was sleeping and heard some noises outside. She was like, what the fuck's going on? And I went to investigate. And some assholes were, like, stealing his signs and shit for... I'm not saying if he was Republican or Democrat, but they were, like, stealing his signs and shit. He's like, knock that off or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And
Wait, he was like in his dorm?
he was like in his dorm or his apartment. I'm not entirely sure. But he got like he saw the one guy and didn't see this other guy that came up from behind him and like choked him out, and then they just like both of them went to town on his face and whatnot.
What?
Yeah.
So you like went outside and yelled?
Yeah, he
Okay.
like went outside and yelled at the one that he saw, and then didn't see the other guy that came up from behind him, like choked him out and beat the shit out of him. And then he got like rushed to the hospital and whatnot. All over fucking politics.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
So is he gonna does he know they were anything? Or?
I don't think so, no. It's
So
just
they-
random assholes that live in Whitewater. I've done my fair share of partying in Whitewater. It's pretty nice.
I went to Whitewater for a college tour.
We're impressed.
I mean, it was whatever.
It's a small town.
Yeah, yeah.
You really wouldn't think that there would be a UW college there.
Yeah, it's pretty small, but
I would say
sure it's fine.
minus the school's population, 11 or 12,000. Yeah, and that's it.
It's a little bit bigger than my hometown.
How big was yours?
7,500. Back in Huron,
That's
Ohio.
how mine was. Yeah.
419.
419.
Yeah, actually, Elkhorn wasn't that much bigger. So, I remember it being 7,000, and then as the years passed by, I saw the population board number just growing.
Oh.
You're talking about some Christian bands and stuff. There's a lot of good Christian rock bands and metal bands out there. Thing, like you said, Lacey was one.
As I Lay Dying.
As I died.
But they're not a Christian metal band. They're Christians in a metal band.
I
That's
guess.
the difference there.
Well, how about Slayer?
Yeah.
That guy's Catholic.
Yeah.
And it was supposedly like Satan worshipping band.
It's just like Catholic.
You ever see that documentary we were talking about before?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed the guy from
Yeah.
Slayer. He's like, so how do you feel about, like, all your fans saying that you're, like, Satan worshippers? He's just like, I'm Catholic. Oh, and then I guess the devil horns thing wasn't actually devil horns. It was started by Dio
Brian James
when
Dio.
he was a kid. And it was like his grandmother was, like, trying to keep, like, evil spirits away. And that's what she would do. So then Dio just kind of, like, did that, too. Yeah.
You know John Cooper from Skillet? He had and it's kind of like, I'm a Christian. That's fine. That's fine. I'll admit I am. He did that at one of his shows. And these people just, like, went ballistic on him, saying, how could you do this devil stuff and like that? It's like, I'm pretty sure the guy is not a devil worshiper. I'm pretty sure John Cooper's a very down to
Sure, he's a
earth,
fine
very
guy if he's
moral-
playing Skillet.
moral
you
guy.
know?
Yeah, I mean, Skillet's a great band. I mean, I'm a big fan of him. And I mean, his wife is one of their guitar players. I'm pretty sure that.
No, that's
some
funny
crazy
because
devil guy.
I was at a Disturbed concert and he's like throw your devil horns in here. And then he, like, right after that, he's like, it's not a sign of Satan worshiping. It's a sign of heavy fucking metal.
It's true.
It's just a symbol now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just it's become the rock thing to do. I mean, you know, crazy Jersey Shore people have the fist pump.
Right.
Metal
Right,
people
yeah.
have the rock
They got a
pump.
fist pump like this, but when you do a fist, like, up in the
It's-
air like this, it's fucking political.
Yeah, you're not fighting the beat.
But yeah, fight the power.
Punch the power.
There's actually, I was talking to, who's it? I believe it was Noah's tattoo artist, the most recent time we were there, and he was telling me that one of his friends that he knew a long time ago was in a band out of Milwaukee, and they were, like, pretty well known in Europe. They were better well known in Europe than they were in, like, the States, and I guess, like, they were getting kind of big or whatever, and I guess the dude went to band practice one time, and they were the rest of the band was like in the basement, and they had made a satanic shrine, and they were like straight up like worshiping like Lucifer and stuff. So he was like, "Yeah, that's when I quit the band." I was like, "Shit, dude." Damn.
That would be, yeah, that'd be fucking nuts to walk into.
Just be
Go
like,
ahead.
what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna leave here real quick. What the fuck?
Guys, I think we're out of beer. I'll be right
Be
back.
right back.
Yeah.
Get some blood. Got some blood.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind while you're out, you know, have us a chicken or a goat.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's a pretty odd request.
You want to pick up a pack of chicken milk? Live one.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. Yeah. So that was an interesting story. I wasn't expecting that.
Speaking of chickens, what was it?
Now we have another great segue.
I want to say it was my junior year of high school. During our fair, me and my friends all bought baby chicks for like $1, and I just like raised them at my other friends like coop that he had, 'cause he had rolling pigeons. So they were raising not only their pigeons, but then the fucking chickens that we bought just out of like spur of the moment.
So you just had a bunch of baby chickens running around. So what happened to them? Did they grow up?
Yeah, they raised them, and
Oh, okay, that's good.
They got pretty big, and I think they sold them. I want to say
Sold them.
No, I'm pretty sure they.
Yeah.
Right. They sold them, and then they got killed.
For our younger viewers, they sold them.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
So I used to have tadpoles. I had a bunch of
Really?
tadpoles, yeah. I caught them up north one year. I remember when I was a little kid, and I brought them home. Had them in a fish tank.
How do you catch a tadpole?
They're just like all over at this one lake up north, and like we just had nets, and we would like just like put it and then like cover it with sand, and like a bunch of tadpoles come and you just lift it up, you know. And yeah, pretty genius.
We actually caught. I want to say we ended up catching 97 fish with a blanket.
Well, that's fucked up.
And
Hey.
it was 4 of us. We just like wait for schools of fish to come by, and we just like raise up the blanket and then catch them.
Did you eat any of them?
No, they were like small, like little bluegills.
Throw them back.
Yeah. Well, like we made a thing in the sand with water, so that we were able to count how many we had caught. We were there for like an hour. We caught upwards of 200 fish.
Anyways, though, I had these tadpoles, and they like ate each other to death. In addition to your
Holy shit.
chick story, yeah, they would just like I would wake up and like there'd just be like, you know, less, and then you would see like a carcass like floating around, and tadpoles would like hit it and like take bites out of it, and they would just like flip, you know, and float. And I was like,
That's funny. My aunt had 3 piranhas, and then, like after a couple months, she only had 1 piranha.
what?
Yeah, you can see like the skeletons of the other piranhas just like at the bottom of the fish tank.
Oh,
Did they like jump out of the water and attack people like in that movie? I never saw the movie, but I mean,
That apparently that's like there's
it was a remake, I think.
right. There's like a couple of those piranha movies. A
Was
few
it,
came out in the 80s.
two-headed piranha.
No, like Piranha. It's just called Piranha. And
Well,
the one came out a couple years ago.
Piranha 3D,
3D.
and there's we Piranha
And there's
3
3D,
Double D.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks absolutely awful.
Mick likes that shit, like giant octopus versus like triple-headed shark like thing.
I can't fucking get into those?
Yeah, I can't either.
They're so bad.
You guys-
They're
Sci-fi
terrible.
might have the worst movies
They
ever.
do.
But sometimes you watch it, it's like, oh my god, we watched this for a half an hour. What the hell is wrong with
Sci-Fi
me?
made a movie based on our town. It's the-
What?
like based off of our town. We got this legend. called
Elkhorn?
Yeah, called the Beast of Bray Road, and Sci-Fi made a movie about it.
That's cool.
And it pissed me off because they like portrayed us as just like upwards northern fucking hicks. Oh shit! And they
Everybody's
gave
like,
us,
do I look like a hick to you?
and it's like no, it's like they made us sound like such hicks, like we were fucking dumb and whatnot. And it was just a terrible movie. But yeah, it's just basically like a werewolf or whatever that like roams around Elkhorn along the road called Bray.
Just don't go to Bray Road.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But a friend of mine, his dad was always like, yeah, back in the 70s, that was just me dressed up like a monkey. He said he used to just go around scaring the shit out of people. So, legend shattered.
Yeah. Mythbusters here.
Randy Kaiser, everybody. That's your Beast of Bray Road there.
We asked a interesting question on our 93 Rock Facebook page today. Like it, 93 Rock on Facebook. I told you guys before the show, what artist out there, what vocalist out there do you guys hear is like instantly recognize? Maybe it's a brand new song that they have. You flip through, you turn on the radio, it's halfway through a song, but it's a new song. It's like, holy shit, I know that voice. Is there anybody that like sticks out to you guys? There's a bunch on our page, and I'm like, don't see this guy yet. I said Maynard James Keenan from Tool.
From Tool?
Perfect Circle.
Sure.
Nobody had mentioned him yet, so I was kind of like, hey. He kind of has that just in general, they have that very psychedelic sound
Yeah.
in his voice.
Does it have to be a singing voice? Or can it be like screaming out? Or
That can be, if it's
Just
metal,
any
just
voice,
whatever
voice.
vocalist is out there, yeah. Whether it's country, God forbid.
Well, I would say like a few, like
Oh yeah, go ahead,
Amon Amarth. You ever hear of them?
yeah.
They're like an epic metal band from overseas. I would say their lead singer, I believe his name is Johan or something like that. Or Brian Fair from Shadows Fall.
Okay.
I could definitely, like Shadows Fall is one of my favorite metal bands. But, so I would say those two guys, or actually, one that kind of jumps out at me is Tim from Rise Against.
Yeah.
I would say his voice is really, recognizable. Just, I don't know. I really hate Rise Against. But, I don't know.
Nobody said you had to be a fan of them.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, I like
recognize.
Rise Against,
Yeah.
but I can pick out his voice real easily. He's got a very distinct voice.
The two that I can think of are Draymond from Disturbed and Davis from Korn.
Yeah.
Draymond from Disturbed is a good one.
Big one was Ronnie James Dio was a big one for us. Somebody said
shit.
Oh, I guess
Somebody's-
Ozzy. If you
Ozzy. I mean, obviously Bon Scott, Brian Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said M Shadows on there from Avenged Sevenfold. Which you guys know the
Oh,
song
yeah.
that he did with Fozzy, right? Sandpaper. You guys know that?
God, Fozz, I can never take that band seriously.
Is it because it's Chris Jericho's lead
It's
singer?
fucking Chris. They got some good stuff.
I never listened
I
to
could.
them.
No?
I never thought about getting into it, but they did come out with a new album recently.
Yeah,
didn't
it's
they?
with Sandpaper. We're playing on our station. It's Chris. Obviously, it's Chris Jericho's band, and then lead singer of Avenged is on it. And, he does some vocals. That's a pretty sweet song. Pretty heavy. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I just never really wanted to, just because I thought it was just such a joke.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not a Avenged Sevenfold fan, but he definitely you can pick out his voice for sure.
I guess.
Another one would be Zach Wilde. Zach Wilde with
Yeah.
like Black Label Society. I think you can pick out his voice pretty easily. He's got that, I'm not gonna do an impression. I was almost gonna do it, and I was like, no.
Surge maybe from System.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I would say, I want to say Dave Mustaine or James Hetfield from Megadeth or Metallica, but yeah, not so much.
Not so much.
Somebody said Vince Neil from Motley Crue. No.
Mm.
Is that? I mean, he is. I mean,
I would-
obviously you
I-
can tell it's Vince Neil, but he's not really one that really sticks
I would almost
out in
get-
my head. Like I like Motley
Yeah,
Crue.
he doesn't stick out.
But
I was gonna say if I had never heard of Motley Crue or a Guns N' Roses, I would maybe get those two mixed up.
yeah.
Well,
at
there
the
with
same era.
Poison.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
God,
Poison
Poison.
kind of
Poison.
I'm not a fan of Poison.
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, Ivan Moody, Five Finger Death Punch. You can always kind of tell.
Oh,
his
yeah, that's a
voice.
good one.
a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
I don't know. It was a good topic. Amber,
That is a good
Amber, if you ever watch this, you
should
listen
get
a lot of
Amber
her
on
questions.
here.
That's a good question. Yeah. Hey, you should get her to sit in sometime.
Like, Amber, you should come on and talk metal.
Thursday
Hey,
night.
she's a big classic rock person. So
Right.
Get
You
her.
can't beat the classics, folks.
No.
Just like you can't beat your children.
This PSA was brought to you by Zach of Green Bay's Metal Elite.
Right. That is a good question, though. I like that question.
Should we start wrapping up here?
We could, unless you got some more stuff.
Any final thoughts? Oh, new Deftones song Tempest or whatever it is. Check it out. They're the other band like Tool, where I can't listen to them while I drive because I will zone out. Like there's been nights I've driven back to Ohio at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and if Tool comes on, I'm like, I gotta turn this because I'm gonna like just get all psychedelic and just like fall asleep behind the wheel or something. I'm gonna drive up. There's just something about those two bands. Like I love, I'm a huge Tool fan. Deftones are they're all right a little bit, but
I thought of another person whose voice I can always pick out.
yeah.
Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate
Takes one day. Did you ever hear that song?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, I would
South
have-
Park
I'll
makes
have
fun
to
of it.
fucking link up that. God, the guy was really just like his voice is just really like this.
Yeah, it's really deep. Like, you think Chef from South Park has a deep voice?
It's like deeper than that.
yeah, this guy
Whoa.
drops it down another octave. It's pretty.
And that's the way he talks too. Like he's a super skinny guy, and he just like talks just in a super like low tone.
It's like the homeless guy in Columbus that was the big radio guy that he got on. Maybe that's why they stopped
Oh,
allowing you to
I
do
know.
drugs and radios because this guy just fucked up so bad. I don't know what he's doing with himself now, but
I guess just because like this is Halloween weekend, a good note to end on is what kind of song do you think of when you think of Halloween?
Rob Zombie. The Rob Zombie song for sure.
yeah, Zombie's a good one.
Say.
I'd say Korn as well because of they were in the one South Park episode.
Oh,
And that was when they debuted "Falling Away from Me."
And
Was in the
they had
credits of South
they had a
Park.
little baby chick on there that was like their little mascot too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Rob Zombie's a great one. Manson is obviously another one. I mean, them being on tour together,
Yeah.
or even Mudvayne or Slipknot for the mask factor, the
Yeah.
makeup factor,
Just kind of really, like, heavy, kind of,
dark gothic
kinda,
type.
Yeah, gothic.
Yeah, Lacuna Coil's maybe another band that's
Lacuna Coil.
they've got that kind of dark gothic sound to them. Another chick lead singer, and they're from Italy, so they're pretty high up in my book.
Yeah,
They're from Italy.
Yeah,
and
they're
they kick
very,
ass.
very cool, yeah.
For me, the one song I can think about like that I can pick out for Halloween is the Murder Dolls song "Dawn of the Dead." Just because
Oh, yeah.
they're specified under the genre of like horror metal, which is just them like taking aspects of horror movies and turning it into music, which I thought was a different kind of genre.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dawn of the Dead by Murder Dolls. That's probably my number one pick for Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to be listening to this weekend. Usually, I'll warn you now, usually Dustin and Noah and I, like, some of our go-to songs are usually, like, to get the night started, usually, like, some 80s metal. Like, Let's Get Rocked by Def Leppard is a good one.
Nice.
Or, like, just stuff like that.
How about that 2 Cent song? Was it
Get Fucked.
Get Fucked? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Or System.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And I guess on that note, right? Cheers.
Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everyone. We'll see you next week.